This is the Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
This has been bugging me for a minute just because I'm one of those people, I'm a patient myself, and a lot of people can look at me and be like, why are you a patient? And I get that all the time because I'm younger, I look healthy. You know, I've worked really hard at getting back to where I am right now, though. And, you know, just long story short, I'm a patient and I'm in need of my card. And when everyone keeps saying or trying to say, like, well, who are these people that are getting their cards? You know, like, it's a sham. All these people are getting their cards out there and they're taking advantage of the system. With the people that are registered patients right now, and with 2010's population of Michigan, we're at 1.4% of the people in Michigan are patients, right?
Wow.
In the state of Michigan, we have 14% of our population is on disability.
Oh, there you go.
So, I mean, really, do you think all the people that even need their cards even have them? Like, where are all these... You know,
yeah, right. There's a lot more patients out there that could benefit from this. Sure.
Yeah, if it was the opposite way, I would think something's different.
Right.
But clearly, I mean, there's 14% compared to 1.4% in our population.
Right. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I think it was 9,000,008 in Michigan. We're the 8th largest state as of 2010 for population-wise. I mean, I just hate numbers, and that's, you know, something I had to point out.
Well, even if they want to have all this intent of like doing a law enforcement because they're so concerned about our safety, where the hell are they going to start putting put all the energies for law enforcement and trying to enforce medical marijuana laws, or actually dealing with the murders and the rapists and the people doing real mayhem to people?
Well, luckily, like our local municipalities, like in different parts of the state, have been taking a good action on that. You know, the ones that do, you know, see they have a greater need, they've been pretty much focusing on that. Now, the cities that don't have much of a need for other crime, they're the ones I've seen that have been really, you know, hammering out the medical marijuana people. Like your real tight little cities like Grand Rapids, you know, you got like Grand Haven up there, Traverse City, all the little ones where it's not as bad as like, say, like Detroit or something. Well, at least that's what I've seen so far.
I think you have a clear attack here by the Attorney General.
Well, for sure.
And in addition to that, you have a lot of people that are still highly uneducated about what it is this whole law is. You know, people
Sure.
think that there's, you know, they listen to people like the Attorney General and have this impression that the law has no rules and that there's just no boundaries. And the fact it couldn't be farther from the truth.
Right.
And here you have an example right in the paper. Ann Doyle, a Saginaw County Commissioner from Freeland and a member of the Courts and Public Safety Committee, said she wanted to know more about the law as a Republican hopeful for the State House. And here's her comment. I didn't know marijuana could not be prescribed, and that's why it's not in the pharmacies, she said. There is uncertainty, and I think it's important to clarify it. Well, you dumb whore, you better read the law. What the hell? Maybe you ought to start by reading it.
The medical marijuana
Launch commit.
radio show.
Guidance is internal. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Power cleared.
The medical marijuana radio show is a production of the Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
You tuned in to that medical marijuana show. 855 M radio. Keep it legal, keep it legal, keep it legal, keep it legal. Hey. You tuned in to that medical marijuana show.
Oh, you go get him, Jeremy. Gotta love that. Look, Denise ain't here. She'll be live on the radio tomorrow in Detroit. Right now, we are still live in Detroit.
Okay, Steve is the host with the co-host Denise. Starting at noon Saturdays every week. Yes, we keepin' you legal. Legislators and lawyers, doctors and the growers. The show is for the people. Michigan medical marijuana, no hassle. We talk about anything, any issue we can handle. Call us up and let us know what is on your mind. And make sure when you do it legal every time. Hey. You tuned in to that medical
Welcome to another medical marijuana radio show. I just gotta tell you, go get him, Jeremy. You know, Jeremy's a go-get-him kind of guy. Having some trouble with my audio here. Look at this. It doesn't matter. There we go. That's not too bad. I might have to scrap the headphones and go with something else. Oh, why does it have to happen right when I'm going on the air, the headphones got to take a crapper. I'm all broken up in my own ears. It's bad. Welcome to another Medical Marijuana Radio show. It's Friday, folks. TGIF. Go get him, Jeremy. Yeah, you whore. How about you start by reading the frickin' law, you whore? Oh, Jeremy was excited there, wasn't he? Merry Christmas to you, Jeremy. Those guys up at flinttalkradio.com are awesome. Eric Gunnels, man, he's like Superman. Eric, I'm going to put the, look, I'm all unshaven. Look at that. People are going to think I'm, disgruntled and disheveled. Like, we can't have that. Back to the logo. There you go. So, Eric Gunnels is getting all over the place, man. I heard him on Planet Green Tree's radio show. That's the Michael Comorn show. Comes out of Detroit. That you hear that on on Blog Talk Radio. See, there's so many of these talk shows. This is why this station's on the air. It's a network. It's going to be a network of these shows. It's been a long time in the works, guys. We put this program on the air. Look, this .com didn't exist until March, beginning of March, almost a month after we went on the air. We went on the air here on 1310 AM WDTW in Detroit, the same day as the Hash Bash. Everybody knows the Hash Bash across the whole country, and the world for that matter. The Ann Arbor is known for the Hash Bash. It is like the Amsterdam of the Netherlands when it comes to the whole Cannabis Cup and all that stuff. People look at Ann Arbor and they're like, wow, I wish we could do that here. So, it's in that spirit when you get Jeremy and those guys up there at the Genesee County Compassion Club show at flinttalkradio.com, rubbing it in the faces of people who just don't understand. I think it's a fun thing. But I was saying, Eric gets all over, man. He's on my show sometimes. He's on his own show. Then I hear him on Planet Green Tree's show. I think I even heard Eric over on the Hidden Stash show, the Smoky Kush 420 Radio WTHC's Hidden Stash show. That's out in Muskegon. I think he's been on there. I don't know if he was there in person, but he was definitely in person at the Planet Green Tree show. Planet Green Tree's show is trying to get broader and wider. If their audio quality was a little bit better, I'd put them on right now. I'm going to try and groom them to get some better audio. It would be also nice to have an image from them somehow. If we can do that, I'm going to put the Planet Green Trees show on, too. Smokey's show I can get on. I'm just, he's another stick-am show. Genesee Triple C and this show, the Smoky Kush Hidden Stash show, both use stick-am. We use the Ustream. I just like Ustream better. I think it has better quality. It's certainly a stereo sound. We need to work with those guys at Flint, too. I'm not picking on people because, our show's certainly got its problems. But I want to get some better audio quality from Jeremy's all broken up there, all distorted. Poor guys. We got to, and there's some reflective audio in the, can you hear stuff reflecting around in the room? We got to clean up their audio a little bit. But their message is just as bright, isn't it? Oh, man, some of the stuff that I see happen. So this is what I'm here to do, is bring you some of this fare. This isn't like a hodgepodge show. It's not that. I just like to give you a little glimpse of what's going on every once in a while in another place. Now, that being said, the Medical Marijuana Radio Network is designed originally to carry these programs. It's also designed to be a little broader, and we're doing both. But it's taken a long time. It's taken since March when the .com went on, up until probably maybe the beginning of the year. And when we get a little bit of a bigger space and we can get somebody in here on a daily basis to run a program log like a regular station does, we'll carry those shows in a regular time slot. We'll leave a little padding on the outside because not all of them are to a certain length. Some of them, including this show. So this show isn't always exactly bundled in exactly an hour or two. Sometimes we'll decide to go over. Maybe it'll be 2 hours and 25 minutes because for some reason the situation called for it. We needed the extra programming time, so we put it in there. So that being the case, we'll put a little padding around some of these shows so that they're not back to back with each other, and we can entertain you with music or something else in between the programs, or even messages from some of the retailers that you do business with in the medical marijuana community. That's a good thing. Anytime we can connect you with news and information, stuff that affects you on a daily basis, that's a good thing. So now that's speaking to our Michigan audience. We have a national audience as well. The iTunes people, it's probably real slow at first, getting us figured out that there's a podcast up there. But we're up there with the medical marijuana radio shows all across the country. There are some other ones. There's a one in Chicago. What's that one called? That one's called the Mr. X Show or something. What is it? The John Doe Radio Show. That's what it's called. I think it's a cool show. He's pretty up to date. He keeps stuff up. The Normal Live Show is that one's done really, really well. They come out of L.A. Kudos to the National Normal Live people that do the Normal Live podcast. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, search them up. Normal Live, NORML Live on iTunes. The guys over there at the National Normal Organization put on an awesome program. And it's definitely nationally focused. This program here right now locally is a little bit locally focused. However, we're broadening that out. You know, we're widening the lens a little bit. We're pulling back so you can see more across the nation. And there's so much going on. ASA just put out an alert today. It's an ASA alert asking people to do something. And I'll share that with you coming up in the moments ahead on this program. It's going to be a shortened program, folks. Normally we try and give you a couple hours a day because there's enough to go around, good Lord. But today it's going to be a shortened program as we get ready to go in to do the regular radio program for the weekend. We're only on the real radio once a week. It's breaking our backs. But we're finding ways to accommodate that and keep that going. We'll talk about that a little bit. There's stuff coming up with this Medical Marijuana Achievement Awards. We promised you there's a way to nominate, and we're going to deliver on that promise. I'll tell you how that's going to happen coming up in the program today. Also, if you want to participate, get on the phone right now, talk to us. Call me up, 810-423-2350. Don't go away, folks. More on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Steve and Denise will be right back on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069. If you are a carded Michigan medical marijuana patient with a need for safe access but have reservations about privacy and discretion, there is an answer. It's the Ant Farm. The Ant Farm is Metro Detroit's trusted professional mobile transfer service. Write this toll-free number down, 888-369-3320. Lab-tested, mold and pesticide-free. It's the Ant Farm's convenience you'll try, but quality standards, privacy, and friendly professionals that will bring you back. The Ant Farm comes to you. Call for discreet details right away. 888-369-3320. Hey, Steve Greene here for the Medical Marijuana Certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville. The patient's place for medical marijuana and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs, and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402.
The Green Bee Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Green Bee Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Green Bee Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Green Bee Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Green Bee Collective.
The details are sweet at mmmgreenbee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now.
It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. You celebrating Hanukkah? You celebrating Kwanzaa? You celebrating Christmas? Of course you are. It's a great time of the year. A lot of stuff happening. And a celebration abroad. Good Lord. What's going on here in our local area, in Michigan? We're going to hold, and I think it's a great idea. And damn you hackers! Oh, the hackers got to me. I'll tell you about that in a second. We're doing the Medical Marijuana Achievement Awards. It's the first annual. Look, I'm going to play a little spot for you. This is the spot that's going to air on 1310 this weekend. You know, it's the holiday season when we look back in our lives, when we're spending time with our families, where we look back and appreciate the things that have happened throughout the year, and then look forward to the things that are coming. So it's in that spirit of the holiday season that the Medical Marijuana Radio Show proudly announces the first annual Michigan Medical Marijuana Achievement Awards. This is a time where you can honor somebody who's rolled up their sleeves and done something good for the community. The Achievement Awards are a fundraiser. Go ahead, do it right now. Nominate a friend for an award at radioweedshow.com. That's right, you can do it, but you can't. Let's just delve into this just a little bit, shall we? Let's see if we can get Robert on the phone. Robert's diligently working right now. He's our web guy. And you know what? I gotta bookmark this page because I've told you I'd tell you about the ASA alert. We'll tell you about that in just a minute. Let me see if we can get Robert Steckroth from Bust Out Entertainment, the guy who does the website here, up on the phone. Robert's a hard guy to get a hold of. There's probably going to be some barking dogs in the background. Watch. It's just the way it works. Got to plug him in. Here we go. See if we get Robert on the phone. There was a problem. The hackers got to us. I can't even believe it that they did this. Damn passwords. Look, I'm probably inviting all kinds of guys to spam attack us now. Oh, we're going to get the voicemail. It's going to make me mad. Come on, Robert, answer the phone. Where are you at? He's probably typing away at the keyboard. I'm not going to talk to you now, Steve. Hello? Are you there?
Come on, talk to me, please.
All right, are you listening at all right now? Because we're on the air.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I was telling people about the damn hackers.
The damn hackers, huh?
Oh, man. Tell people what happened with the hackers. What did they do to us, Bob?
I don't know. I don't know how they did it, but I know that they sent a bunch of emails everywhere.
Our server's been spam attacked. We can't. We've been denied access to other email servers because we've been blacklisted. The server has because somebody broke in and was sending all kinds of spam from our server. Look, I don't even send mail from the server. Somebody was, weren't they, Bob?
I think so, Steve.
So have we found a workaround for this? Because really, I've got people on the line waiting to figure out how they can do nominations. I've been promising them, and here we come to the end of the weekend. We know there's going to be a way to do this. Have we figured out a way yet, or is it still in utero? Is there a bun in the oven?
I'm pushing it to the server right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You got it fixed? Did something work?
Yeah, I got it working.
You did? Oh, I'm way excited about this. Oh, we need a feather for your cap, Bob.
Hey, there you go.
Dude, I was checking out the Bust Out Entertainment game too. I was showing my brother last night. My brother happened to pop by.
Oh yeah.
Because he's a broke ass, and my brother's a carded patient as well, and he came by here going, oh, can you help us out? I'm like, sure. Here you go. Here, let me help you. That's what I do. That's what we do in this community. Isn't it great when you can reach out and help your brother?
Hey, why not?
So
having people stand by you is definitely a good thing.
Yeah. So he came over here, and I was trying to show him your game. If people get a chance, go to pbdefense.com. That's PBDEFENCE, not S. .com. And there's a game there. It's an online WebGL game. Bust Out Entertainment made it. That's Robert here. And the thing was, though, is that I couldn't figure out how to make the stupid thing shoot. And it was a basic thing. It's something you showed me how to do a long time ago. It's a tower defense game. It's a WebGL game. It's badass, by the way. Incidentally, Robert, I'm so proud of you for doing that.
Hey.
Because it's a one-of-a-kind thing. I don't think many people know how to do what Bob did there on the. You can invite people in to play on that thing. It's pretty cool. And do you have to have a high-speed connection for that thing, Bob, or can you have a low-speed connection?
Well, it doesn't have to be necessarily high-speed, though, more than dial-up. I believe it uses about 10 kilobytes per second up and down.
So that's not much at all.
No, it's not bad.
So what's really cool about this is if anybody's into gaming, People who are familiar with your PS3 games, those are all coded a certain way. You're familiar with that 3D gaming perspective, that first point of that shooter point of view. Bob's got a game up on the internet where you can log in and play that kind of a game without having to invest in a system like that, or without having to have a high-speed connection, which is great. I think that's great for a lot of other countries that don't have broadband available. Anyway.
Yeah,
it's a cool thing. If you get a chance, go in there, log in, and play. How do you make the thing shoot, though, Bob?
That's just the left mouse button should shoot the weapon. You might have not had any bullets, though. You have to purchase the bullets.
Right off the bat, you don't get no bullets to start with?
You get the regular ones. You get like 100 of those.
Can you shoot the crazy spider thing coming at you? What is that, an ant? What is that thing coming at you on the train?
Yeah, you can shoot it. It's got a lot of life, though. You have to have a whole bunch of different things set up to be able to take him down.
So you need a friend. You need somebody else to log in and
you just have to place the right towers to down. Some of the friendly towers will help, or the friendly tower will help. The haste tower to slow them down. Some of the better weapons, upgrade damage. Yeah, it goes on and on and on.
I was having a hard time just figuring out where I was pointed. What am I looking at? Oh, that's my shoe. It's a pretty cool game. If you get a chance, people, check it out. We're going to run out of time, Bob. It's a shortened show. So you push something over there. What do we got? What's the workaround? Give us the lowdown. Give us the update. Because I'm going to go there now and check it out as you're telling us.
Oh, yeah. Too late. I got the downy. I tested it.
Did you? The download. Okay, so nominations. There it pops open. That part works. Okay, it looks all the same to me. Is it?
Oh, yeah. Nothing's changed in the main.
But it's actually doing the mailing now.
Yeah.
Really? So if I type the stuff in here, I'm just filling out the form because I've already filled it out, so it's kind of pre-filled out. I can just type the first letter and let it go. So I've got almost all this done already as I just started talking.
Yeah, they're working it now. Oh, boy.
Where's the mail going to?
It's getting stored in our database instead of being emailed.
Okay, so then I can go there and pull it out. Well, provided I got a password to get in there again.
Yeah, I can pull it out. Remember last time what happens when we gave you an account?
Yeah, I got spam attacked. We got some hacker broke in and spammed us. Oh, well, you used us as a spammer. People think we got blacklisted because people think we're doing the dirty deeds of sending out the useless emails.
Yep.
Buy your penis cream here, whatever that stuff is they sell on that. What do they sell on the crazy spams? Oh yeah, they want you to click on a bunch of stuff to win a free laptop or something.
I don't know. A lot of it's porn. I can check right now in my spam box. All kinds of crazy stuff.
There is, and most of it, seems to be a lot of stuff coming from crazy computer-generated bots and spiders and stuff. I don't know. It seems like a lot of that stuff isn't even coming from people because the subject line doesn't even make any sense. It's all gobbledygook. Like how stupid do you have to be to make a program that's supposed to make an email that is supposed to look legitimate, but it just kicks out gobbledygook.
Hey, date real cheating wives. That's better than dating the fake ones.
Well, that's a whole nother. We could do a whole show on spam.
It's nothing like you're dating this girl and you thought the whole time that she was a cheating wife, and then you find out she's just some stupid single girl, and you're like, oh, you know what? That was false advertising. I wanted a cheating wife, and you don't know.
If you get a chance to look back at the beginning of the show, Bob, I played a part of the Genesee CCC Compassion Club show up there at Flint Talk Radio. Jeremy and Chad and Eric all sitting behind the mic there. And, well, it's funny. You have to look back at the program. I didn't know he got quite this spirited on the show. Usually Jeremy's got a cool head, but he was reading some stuff out of the thing that just incensed him, and he called this lady a whore. Listen, you whore, why don't you start by reading the law? It's pretty funny.
My word.
Yeah, what are you going to do? I think, if you're gonna make some noise, might as well, ruffle some feathers.
Interesting.
So the thing is, the reason we're calling you Bob, so people are actually able to do this thing now. Do we have to do some changes so it's just one category? Can we do that?
Oh, now it's got to be one category. Holy cow!
Yeah, that's kind of how we ended up deciding to do this for now. For just this year to make it a little easier, I guess. We're just going to have the one category. I don't want to get into the semantics of it because it'll just cause dissension. This whole thing was designed to glue people together. We just decided for all intents and purposes, just for now, because it's the first year, we're going to have one wide open category. But keep those in place because next year we may install some categories. We're going to take some suggestions from people this year on how they would like to see this go down. So is that something we could do? Make it one category? Is that easy, or is that a pain in the butt?
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that off the air. That's a very simplified way of saying make something.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that off the air. Is it possible? Is it hard? Does it? No. Yeah. Is it possible to do that? Is that going to be very hard to change it to one category?
No, man. Nothing. One of the easier things, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, that's all. And then outside of that, I guess if people do the nomination, now I guess the form. That's the other thing. The form is a little bit different. Can we add some information to the form, make it a little easier to fill out?
Yeah. Have you seen the form?
The one that's in there now, you said it looks the same. Yeah, it just has the name. It's got category, which we'll just have one category. You got email, first name, last name, phone number, and then information. Just a box to put information in. But I'd like to put some instructions about what kind of information we're looking for. And then, there's a couple of other boxes I'd like to put in there.
Yeah, shoot me an email of whatever other information you want to add.
Okay, well I did that twice already, but I'll do it again.
You did?
Yeah. Well, that's okay, but I'll just hey, I'm not the most perfect guy in the world. I'll triple check. I'll just go back and double check, make sure that what I sent you is what I'd like. I'll do that when I get off the air. That's the first thing that'll happen, because we've only got to another 20 minutes or so on the air, maybe 25 minutes. But I just wanted to cover that because it's really super important that when all is said and done after the show is aired, and I'm getting ready to throw this sucker up on the iTunes and push it over to YouTube. That people have a way that they can go in and do that nomination process throughout the weekend. Then when we get on the show on the air this weekend, we can tell people about that too. Because we're on the regular radio this weekend. That's a little bit better audience. A little bit. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know if I'm just talking into outer space or if there's somebody there.
I'm eating a sandwich.
What's that?
I'm eating a sandwich.
Oh, you are?
I'm busy.
You're busy. You're stupid. That's Bob's favorite line. You're stupid. Well, if you're eating lunch, Bob, we don't want to take you away from your sandwich. Go do your thing, and I'll talk to you after the show.
Right on.
Hey, thanks so much for doing that. That's badass. Robert Steckeroff from Bust Out Entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, doing the thing. So it's possible now. See. Maybe some of this doesn't make sense to you. The problem here is that when you filled out the form, when we were putting this up in beta, so to speak, in test mode to see, if the thing worked, we went to fill out the form and it wasn't emailing me. The whole idea is it's supposed to send me a notification that you've nominated somebody, and then I can send you an invoice to pay for the nomination. That's the only way. That's the only fee associated with this is the nomination process. And so when the emails were coming, they weren't coming. They're supposed to be coming. They're not there. Oh, the Facebook is going crazy today. So they weren't coming because our email was being blocked. Nobody would pick it up because somebody hacked in and stopped us from being able to do emails because they sent a bunch of spam from our server and nobody will take our mail anymore, including my own mailbox. Won't take mail from my own server. So we got to get unblacklisted now. Our web server for email has to get unblacklisted. So in the meanwhile, instead of not getting an email from the server, I'm going to be able to go into the server and into a special bucket where the nominations are being deposited and get those out, and then I can send the invoice, and then we can put the nomination up. So the contest itself is going to be held January 29th. It's going to be at the Clarion Hotel and Conference Center on 2900 Jackson Avenue in Ann Arbor, Michigan at 1 p.m. That's a Sunday. That's when the ceremony will be held to announce the winners. And there'll be a group of people that are doing the judging on this. I can tell you I'm not going to be one of those people. And it's going to be a cross-section of people from across the state. A large group of people. So it's going to be a good thing.
And it's designed to honor people who've rolled up their sleeves and done something positive for the medical marijuana field. And we've got a number of people interested in helping us participate with this. We've got some interest from the press already, wanting to talk about us honoring ourselves. I think it's an awesome, awesome thing. So that's the big impetus. That's the big push this weekend with this show. It's the announcement of nominations available today, as of right now. You can still go in. You can go in and make the nomination. We're going to change the form a little bit, but we'll take your nomination as it sits. Just make sure you put the person's full name in there and what you're nominating them for. The idea, I'll give you an example. I'll just say the very guy that you saw at the beginning of this show, Jeremy. Jeremy Rupinski is pretty much the principal player up there at the Genesee County Compassion Club. He's, I believe, the founding member of that organization, or at least a co-founder. I don't want to speak too far. I don't want to get too far out of the branch. Jeremy's a big guy up there. And so one of the things that I think that club did, that Jeremy is responsible for, I believe, ultimately, it hinges on it lays at his feet. The idea that they did a lot of community service work up there. Look, there are a lot of days where you couldn't come into the Compassion Club up there unless you brought a couple of cans of food. They'd have a food drive. No. If you didn't bring food, you can't come in today. Go back and get a couple of cans of food and come back. And people did. And they raised a whole bunch of food up there. Some non-perishables. And then they didn't stop there. I mean, they did a lot of education in their community, outreaching. They did a lot of groundwork with their local officials. They did this the right way up there. But even more so, this is what I find most outstanding. As far as this club goes, they did some, adopt a highway stuff. What a great way to get in with your local community up there when you roll up your sleeves and do something good. Clean up the roads. Adopt this section of the highway. Take some ownership. Keep the community looking good. Help to feed the community. Help to make sure the community's healthy and safe and strong. When you send these kinds of messages, people, you can get nothing but good, positive response back. You're purchasing goodwill with your own. And we need to do more of this in this community and let that face be shown. And that's why we're unveiling the Medical Marijuana Achievement Awards. Because if you can nominate people for doing stuff like that, if you can nominate them and honor them and give public recognition, you're just going to get more guys doing the same thing, and you're also going to teach guys who don't know about how to do that kind of stuff how to do it. So nominate somebody today at RadioWeedShow.com. Just a little bit of time left in the program. If you want to call and beyond, 810-423-2350 for the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Got something to say?
Call now toll free. 855-MMM-Radio. The Medical Marijuana Radio Network. The Greene Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Greene Collective.
The Greene Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Greene Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Greene Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Greene Collective.
The details are sweet at MMMGreenBee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now. The patient's place for medical marijuana and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs, and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402. You know, it's the holiday season when we look back in our lives, when we're spending time with our families, where we look back and appreciate the things that have happened throughout the year, and then look forward to the things that are coming. So it's in that spirit of the holiday season that the Medical Marijuana Radio Show proudly announces the first annual Michigan Medical Marijuana Achievement Awards. This is a time where you can honor somebody who's rolled up their sleeves and done something good for the community. The Achievement Awards are a fundraiser. Go ahead, do it right now. Nominate a friend for an award at RadioWeedShow.com. Hey, Steve Greene here for the Medical Marijuana Certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville. Medical Marijuana Certification. And now you can find out everything you need to know online at getpotid.com. Or write down this toll-free number, 855-DOC-CERT. A friendly specialist will direct you to our Farmington Hills office. Medical Marijuana Certification. GetPotID.com. It's the key to getting your card. Information, resources, and in the end, if you're qualified, a medical card. Call toll-free right now, 855-DOC-CERT. That's 855-DOC-CERT. It's GetPotID.com. The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect. But if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069. Yeah, welcome back. Ho, 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 ho. Don't be a ho. Well, unless you're, I don't know. I got nothing. I was going to say something, but I got nothing. Happy holidays to you. It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. Just a few minutes left in the program. I promised you I'd tell you about this ASA alert. It's kind of important. Look, last month it says, this is addressed to patients, activists, and friends. This is from Americans for Safe Access, also known as ASA. They're a nonprofit group nationally that's really it's kind of self-explanatory. Americans for Safe Access. Last month, the political landscape on medical cannabis changed. The governors of Washington and Rhode Island filed a petition to reclassify cannabis for medical use. That's huge news. This is a huge opportunity for patients and the medical cannabis movement. Governors Christie Gregory and Lincoln Chafee have shown tremendous leadership in trying to change the federal medical cannabis policy, and other governors must be called on to do the same. The heavy arm of the federal government has affected the rights of patients in many medical marijuana states, not just Washington and Rhode Island. Help end the conflict between federal and state law by urging your governor today to join the petition to reschedule cannabis. It says click here to email your governor. And make sure to call his or her office as well. Your governor's phone number is listed in the action alert. If you want a copy of this action alert so you can find out who your state governor is, or if you want to, find out how to, email our governor in Michigan, please email me, steve@radioweedshow.com, and I will, now that server's not blacklisted. I will get your email. I will be able to email back. That's hosted from a different site. But, so I'll send you a copy of this, and then you can click the link, and you can also get connected with ASA, and maybe join that organization. Send them $35 to join. That money goes into a good place because it helps keep the politics of this on a national stage going. These are the people who are filing suit. They filed suit against the federal government on many occasions. I'll let ASA explain themselves to you. Go to ASA.com. Is it ASA.com? It's Americans for Safe Access. It's safeaccessnow.org is what it is. Safeaccessnow.org. And I don't know if they'll have that on the front page of their site or not. I imagine they would not. But you can email me, steve@radioweedshow.com. I will forward you the message, and then you can get a hold of them that way. So I promised you I'd do that. We did that. We've talked about the Medical Marijuana Achievement Awards. We covered that. And then, I got this call earlier today from Steve. Steve is one of the guys that was at the ET Compassion Club up in Bay City area. Steve is one of the consumers of our show's regular fare on Ustream, and called. He's been keeping in touch with us, on the internet just via texting through the Ustream server, through the chat room there.
and leaving messages on the Ustream site, talking about the Compassion Club up there and how they've been, well, first off, they were raided about 3 months ago. This is one of the first clubs up there open. If you want to call that northern Michigan, I still think it's, the northern part of mid-Michigan. Saginaw's a ways up. Bay City's a ways up there. They are certainly the first. If you live up north in the northern part of Michigan, doesn't matter if the UP or just in northern lower, it's a different place up there. It's a little rural for sure. Okay, it's a lot rural. And you look downstate, you go, God, all the populace is down there. I lived up there for a while, I know. You look at all the stuff that's happening down there. I mean, there's a lot of beauty in nature and space, and it's gorgeous up north in Michigan. If you've never been in northern Michigan, especially during the seasonal changes or during the peak of a season, you don't know what you're missing. It's like no other state, literally. So if you're up there, you get all of that, but the population is definitely thin. At least it was when I lived there. So you look downstate, all the stuff's happening down there. Boy, that's where all the news and information, the people, there's busy, bustling stuff going on. Shopping season, that's the image you get. And so if you're talking about people in northern Michigan and people in southern Michigan, you get to the Saginaw Bay City area, that line right there, that's like the beginning of downstate. That's like the beginning of the populous area. That's like when I'm almost home because I hit Bay City, I hit Saginaw. You're nowhere near home, but if you live down in, Detroit area. But you start to feel like you're connected to the population again. You get up there in northern Michigan, it's different. The only place of any real population is Traverse City up there. It's the only real city there. There's a bunch of other cities, but they're all blinker lights. They're all little towns. They're all just little places. I really got to go back and visit Gaylord. I haven't been into Gaylord in probably a good 20 years. I'll bet you it's gotten huge. I know they got a Walmart now. There used to be the only thing that was open 24/7 was a 7-Eleven up there. I'll tell you a story sometime about the 7-Eleven. Oh boy, I've got a young drinking story about the 7-Eleven. It's kind of funny too. Anyway, I can't. No time today. It's a Christmas story. I should tell you the story. Happened at Christmas time. I'll save that for, maybe I'll tell that story on the radio tomorrow. Might do that. Speaking of which, Denise Policella coming back on the show tomorrow. Denise is a co-host and business attorney. She's been on the show forever and a day. Took a little hiatus to hang out with her kids. I think it's a good thing. We like family. We love Denise. Denise loves life, loves her kids, loves her business. She's been really busy, working as a lawyer, doing good lawyery things, specializing in medical marijuana business law, and just expanded her practice there in Livingston County to handle also, I believe, now criminal cases. She's partnered up with somebody who specializes in criminal work, so defense stuff, all in medical marijuana stuff. I guess they'll do other things too. Look up Denise Policella. If you need her number, I'll give it to you. Call me up sometime. I'll give it to you. She's going to be co-hosting tomorrow. She's back. Yay! I promised I'd play a Foo Fighters song. Denise loves the Foo Fighters. We'll play Foo Fighters for her on the radio tomorrow. Celebrate her coming back. Dennis Alexander will be on the program tomorrow. It's a different studio we do the show from on the weekend. It's 1310 a.m. WDTW, Detroit's Progressive Talk. I say this a lot, but some people tune in and out. So there you go. We'll be out there in a different studio in Clear Channel's building, doing the program from there. If I've done everything right, because I've got to disassemble the entire gizmos here today to drag all these wires and stuff up there so that we can get the audio from the radio station plugged into the Ustream. It's the only way we can do it. I've got to disassemble everything here and haul it over there. Provided that I get all of it, because there's a lot of pieces. It's like a puzzle. You miss one piece and you're not getting this signal. Did that last week, not going to do it again. So it's going to be a big show, and we're looking forward to that. That's what's going on during the program. Now, I wanted to call Steve from the Compassion Club up there in Bay City. I'm not going to have a lot of time left to talk to him. Recent calls. Hang on a second. Homie. Okay, here we go. Holiday time. I love the holidays. It's such a good time. See if we can get Steve on the air. It's going to watch the phone fade. Oh, there.
Wow. Education.
Hey, it's Steve. Steve, this is Steve.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, did you got a little second now? A little breath, a little space?
No, I don't. Can I give you a call back?
We're getting ready to go off the air, but that's okay.
All right.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Then Steve's up there. He's running the Compassion Club. They closed the Compassion Club up there. And the other Compassion Club that was up there also has now closed. They were open for a little while. They've closed down now. Because the people up there are seeking public nuisance on them. And then they're also charging them. Oh, thank you. At least down here in Chesterfield Township, they didn't charge them as well. They only sought to close them on public nuisance. Up there in Bay City, they're closing them on public nuisance and they're charging them. You see how you get treated with various, treatment on state law here in the state of Michigan? Those people doing that virtually the same exact thing. One's getting charged, the other one's not. Tell me how we're getting equal protection under the Constitution here when you got this many people looking at this in different ways. And so this is why the big push here is to get some politics down. Look, when this began, the politics of this year began, the people who are in power in our state government here in Michigan said this: beware, because come the end of the year, we're gonna beginning of this legislative session, which would be the October area of this year, we're going to nail this down. It's our top priority is to clarify this law and to they couldn't get anybody to join on to all the stuff. There was some 16, 18 bills went up there. A lot of them died in committee. A lot of them still being kicked around. I can't get enough people to join on to make it viable. And then some of the ideas in this legislation also now being not viewed as viable, as non-starters, simply because the people who drafted the legislation had good intentions, but look, they realized that their view was flawed. They didn't understand a lot of stuff. And so now that we're getting feedback from the medical marijuana community and other people, it's not just the MMJ guys, we got to change some things. And so they're going back to the drawing board. Instead of being a big push, a big legislative push now, this has been pushed off. This has been, kind of left for a later date because they're doing some real input. They're getting some real calculations on people. I hope that it ends up in a situation where they've, adjusted their heads on their shoulders straight in the legislature here in the state of Michigan and decided not to try and fight what the people want, because the people definitely want something here. And it's not what Mr. Schuette says, our Attorney General says they want. Oh, the people of Michigan didn't vote for easy access to a gateway drug next to schools and churches. No, they didn't vote for that, but that's not what they're getting either, Mr. Schuette. So stop confusing the issue. Oh, Bill's full of the BS. Did you notice his initials are BS, by the way? And also looking forward, I talked to people about, I spoke to the audience about this week. And maybe I'm a fool for doing it. But I think it's funny. I think it's funny. I think it's funny. I think it's funny. And I think it's going to light Mr. Schuette on fire. It's the Bill Schuette song. You'll find it on iTunes. I just fixed the artwork for it. It's the Billy Bong song. Look in your iTunes for the Billy Bong song, or Google it. See if you can find the Billy Bong song. It's available for $1. It's 99 cents.
Your calls next on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. The Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful. 1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow. 800-957-1069. If you are a carded Michigan medical marijuana patient with a need for safe access but have reservations about privacy and discretion, there is an answer. It's the Ant Farm. The Ant Farm is Metro Detroit's trusted professional mobile transfer service. Write this toll-free number down. 888-369-3320. Lab-tested, mold and pesticide-free. It's the Ant Farm's convenience you'll try, but quality standards, privacy, and friendly professionals that will bring you back. The Ant Farm comes to you. Call for discreet details right away. 888-369-3320. medical marijuana certification. And now you can find out everything you need to know online at getpotid.com. Or write down this toll-free number, 855-DOC-CERT. A friendly specialist will direct you to our Farmington Hills office. Medical marijuana certification. GetPotID.com. It's the key to getting your card. Information, resources, and in the end, if you're qualified, a medical card. Call toll-free right now, 855-DOC-CERT. That's 855-DOC-CERT. It's GetPotID.com. The patient's place for medical marijuana and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs, and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402. Hey, Steve Greene here for the medical marijuana certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville.
The Greene Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Greene Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Greene Bee Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Greene Bee Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Greene Bee Collective.
The details are sweet at mmmgreenbee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now.
It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Hello, homies and homettes. Welcome to the Medical Marijuana Radio Show as we close out the program for another day. It's a shortened show, guys. There are some things that have to happen before I had to shorten the show. Looking forward also, going to cheat you also out of a Monday show. Can't have a Monday show because got to go to the doctor's office. The doctor will be expecting me in a full fanfare in Dr. Regalia on Monday. Got to do my yearly checkup for the annual med visit and get some other stuff done. I'll become a human pincushion on Monday. So there'll be no microphone cords hanging from my vicinity. There will only be tubes and stuff in the medical setting. The white glove doctor guy. So no show on Monday, but we will be on Saturday. Back to a 2-hour show on Tuesday as we pull forward. Look, as the program goes out today, I wanted to bring your attention this. Because, you know, this is a little bit off topic, but not really. I just wanted to show you the extent. Look, there's going to be a water war, guys. You've already got the 1%ers and the Occupy Wall Street guys and all. You got your naturalists. It's going to get bigger. And here's an example of it. This is in the Natural News. Collecting rainwater now illegal in many states as big government claims ownership over our water. And the picture shows a bunch of blue barrels collecting rainwater. And this is viewed as illegal activity by many state governments. Can't collect the rainwater. We need that water. Don't you? Nope. That water falling on your land needs to go into the aquifer, which we're going to suck from underneath your property. Just like Billy Bong. It's gone. Many of the freedoms we enjoy here in the U.S. are quickly eroding as the nation transforms from land of the free into the land of the enslaved. But what I am about to share with you takes the assault on our freedoms to a whole new level. You may not be aware of this, but in many western states, including Utah, Washington, and Colorado, have long outlawed individuals from collecting rainwater on their own properties because, according to officials, that rain belongs to someone else. Really? The rain? It hasn't even fallen on your land yet, and you're laying claim to it? Oh, good God. What's it come to, people? As bizarre as it sounds, laws restricting property owners from diverting water that falls on their own homes and land have been on the books for quite some time in many western states. Now, only recently, as droughts and renewed interest in water conservation methods have become more common, have individuals and business owners started building and butting heads with law enforcement over the practice of collecting rainwater for personal use. There's a YouTube video. Oh, I want to play it, but there's no time in the show to do it. A news report out of Salt Lake City, Utah, about this issue. It's illegal in Utah to divert rainwater without a valid water right. And Mark Miller of Mark Miller Toyota found this out the hard way. After constructing a large rainwater collection system at his new dealership to use for washing new cars, Miller found out that the project was actually an unlawful diversion of rainwater. Even though it makes logical sense, conservation sense, to collect rainwater for this type of use since rainwater is scarce in Utah, it's still considered a violation of water rights, which apparently belong exclusively to Utah's various government bodies. Does the Utah connection mean anything to you when the name Mitt Romney comes around? I don't know. I'm not going to say the M word. I'm not going to say it. And so Utah is the second driest state in our nation. Our laws probably ought to catch up with that, explained Miller in response to the state's ridiculous rainwater collection ban. Salt Lake City officials worked out a compromise with Miller and are now permitting him to use their rainwater. But the fact that individuals like Miller don't actually own the rainwater that falls on their property is a true indicator of what little freedom we actually have here in the United States. Access to the rainwater that falls on your own property seems to be a basic right. Wouldn't you agree? Outlawing rainwater collection in other states? Utah's not the only one. Colorado, Washington also outlawing restricting collection of rainwater from your own property. In Colorado, 2 new laws recently passed that exempt certain small-scale rainwater collection systems, like the kind people might install in their own homes from collection restrictions. But prior to the passage of those laws, Douglas County, Colorado, conducted a study on how rainwater collection affected aquifer and ground supplies. I don't want to get into all that. But it's really about control, isn't it? Seriously, they're laying claim to the water that hasn't fallen as aquifer water yet. It's not even in the ground. Yet somehow it belongs to somebody, and it's not you, Mr. Landowner. So does this point to states' rights? Does it point to federal rights? This is the same question with handguns, federal and state rights. It seems like the people that are in control of our state government are all about states' rights when you're talking about handguns and when you're talking about gun rights. Oh, no, screw your federal ban. We can do what we want in our state. Our state's got the right to do it. Well, about guns. But the moment that you talk about medical marijuana and that your state wants to pass a medical marijuana law and handle drug law and controlled substance acts in a different way, no, you can't do that here. No, there's a federal law, and federal law is supreme. Which one's it going to be? How are you going to flip-flop like that? I say you can't do it and have a face of legitimacy in our country. Folks, that's all the time we got for this program. Join us on WDTW tomorrow, right here at RadioWeedShow.com, on Ustream, on YouTube, on iTunes. We're getting all over the place, folks. It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. Thanks for joining in. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy holidays. No show on Monday.
Medical Marijuana Radio Show and RadioWeedShow.com are trademarks. Copyright 2011.